Hey everyone, using my quick cooker tonight and thought I'd share this one with everybody. I am actually making jambalaya tonight. So I used a quick cooker a couple times already. It really is, these recipes make them really easy to follow. This one's actually, I believe, in the recipe book that comes with a quick cooker. I find it online. I do a lot online searching for recipes. Did a lot of prep work so you guys didn't have to watch all the little mincing and chopping. So recipe's pretty simple. Diced up some celery, it's already in the bowl. I'm going to use the manual chopper to chop up some onions. So it's just a small onion that I chunked in and put it in the manual chopper. Make sure that's all good and chopped up. I actually put a little extra onion in this one because I like the onions. I'm going to add that to the bowl. Do the same thing with some red pepper that I've chunked up. I think I may do this as a big pepper. I'm going to do it in a couple of pieces so I don't miss anything. A couple of rounds of it. Oh, the chopper's not in there flat. It doesn't work. Chop those up nice and small. I love this little chopper. It kind of makes easy and quick work of any of your chopping, dicing, mincing. I love making bruschetta with it. I think I'm actually going to make bruschetta with it this weekend at a party. A little larger pieces in there I'm going to add. So I'm going to heat up. I've already got some oil in this pan. In the inside crock here, and it actually says we're going to turn that on. Actually, all these little devices are pretty easy, and it tells you to turn it on. We're going to set it to sear. I don't know if you can see on the dial, but there's a little blue light that kind of goes from setting to setting. We're going to put it on sear, and you'll see it's going to set it for 20 minutes. And I'm going to hit start. It's kind of a nice way to count down for you while you're cooking and prepping everything. So I'm going to let that oil heat. It says keep the oil for about 3 minutes. And again, it's nice because you don't have to watch the clock. You know, you can do the math. 20 minus 3 is 17. Pretty simple. So the system's going to kind of do that for you. Keep it pretty easy directions to follow. I'm going to put all those in there. Scrape out the extra. I did a chicken parm pasta in here. I got a lot of recommendations for that the other day, and that was a big hit with my son. He loved that chicken parm pasta. So I'm going to take these fresh vegetables and I'm going to add some garlic to it. This is our garlic press. I love this garlic press. I'm putting a whole clove in here. It actually does the peeling and everything for you, so when you press it, it simply presses the garlic, and at the same time it comes with this little itty bitty little Barbie looking brush thing. You see, it's a little Barbie brush. And you can use this end to actually take the skin right out of there. And it skins the garlic at the same time, so you don't have to worry about getting all sticky and skinning it and chopping it yourself. The garlic press does it for you. And then the brush on the other side will actually get all that extra garlic off. So I'm going to do 3 presses of garlic here. I have a garlic press at home. I've never really used a garlic press much because it didn't seem worth it by the time I peeled it and got it in here, and I just minced it myself. I was notorious for buying the jarred garlic, which a lot of people do. It just doesn't have as much flavor as a fresh garlic does. So if you like garlic, fresh garlic will always give you better flavor. And obviously there's no other additional ingredients like you get with processed garlic and such. So we're going to put the garlic in there. And the Cajun seasoning. So what's nice about this recipe is a lot of stuff is optional. You know, it's actually called spicy jambalaya. I am not a huge heat fan. So if you want to cut back a little bit on the heat, you can. It's not a big deal. You know, I'm actually going to add all of the Cajun seasoning, but I'm going to skip the hot sauce, I think. I'm sure my boyfriend will add the hot sauce later. He tends to like the heat a little bit more than I do. So I'm going to mix the Cajun right into the vegetables here. These vegetables are just going to get set aside temporarily. And you see my oil's at 17 minutes now, just perfect timing for that prep. So I'm going to set that aside. And we are going to, let's see, the next step is to sear the sausage for 3 to 4 minutes. So I actually bought chicken andouille sausage. The recipe just says sausage. Andouille's got a little more heat. If you've ever had jambalaya, andouille is actually the sausage they use down there. We're going to sear this for 3 or 4 minutes. You can notice the pan's kind of loud. Gets hot really quick. You get a nice sear on your meat here. So whether you want a spicy jambalaya or spicy andouille sausage, or you just want to use, I've had people use summer sausage in the jambalaya. You know, some people don't like any heat at all. So it doesn't hurt you to totally skip the heat and skip the jambalaya heat altogether. And kind of hard to make a jambalaya without some Cajun seasoning, so you're going to get a little bit of heat. But I'm sure there's recipes out there that don't have any heat. I'm an Old Bay fan, so I use the Old Bay seasoning when I do cook. So we're going to let this cook, and what it says is actually like, it literally steers you step by step. So you'll notice while this is searing in here, you have a lot of recipes when you cook in a slow cooker or in a quick cooker that you have to sear. Everything can sear right in the pot, so it's all one pot cooking, which is awesome. And it's all very cut and dry. Blue lights. Sounds like, kind of sings a little bit, does a little music when it's playing. You'll hear it beeping as I'm switching settings. Alright. Takes a second to cook this. This is why I skipped all the prep with you guys. You don't have to sit, it's hard enough to sit through the 2 or 3 minutes that we have to sear it without watching me chop and dice as well. I always like to show the manual chopper because it's always a very handy tool. My kids use it for a lot of our products. So they use our granola bar maker, and my son loves to make our quinoa balls. And chop the oats and everything in there. Alright, just gonna have 1 more minute on these. We're just cooking them till a little brown. Let's see some brown on there, so I'm going to start pulling these out. We're going to pull these out for 1 second, for a few minutes. And you'll notice that 20 minutes is still counting down as I'm cooking in here. I love these tongs. They've got a nice scoop on them so they pick up stuff. They're silicone. A lot of our silicone stuff is really high temperature. I'm going to take those vegetables and I'm going to sear them in here for a few minutes. Kind of get some of the moisture out of these and sear them in the pan a bit. Picked up all that sausage. Oh, it already smells good. I get excited about trying new recipes. I've never been a pressure cooker user yet, so the quick cooker is new to me, but I'm loving how easy it is. You know, it's kind of the set it and forget it when I'm done with this, so it's really nice to make it very simple. Alright, so when this is done, I'm going to add all the rest of my ingredients. So this is pretty easy. Believe it or not, that seasoning is all that's in there unless you want to add the hot sauce. So we got the oil in there. I'm going to add the chicken. I'm just going to put them all in here with the sausage, so I just have to dump 1 pot when this is done stewing, or sauteing. So fire roasted tomatoes. And what else am I missing? 2 cups of chicken broth. I'll add that directly to the pot. And then I've got 2 cups of rice, so 1.5 cups of rice. So I'm gonna leave that rice aside too. So this chicken's just been cut into bite-sized pieces. So what do I got? That's about 2 minutes. So you're gonna, cook 3 to 4 minutes. So we're gonna let it go another minute here. See, I'll show you what I'm looking at really quick. Delicious little stir fry of veggies in there. All right. Those have a nice cook on, they're nice and translucent. Add the rest of the ingredients. So there's my sausage, my chicken, and my tomatoes. I'm going to add my rice. It's just white, raw, long grain rice. And just double check one more time, 2 cups of chicken stock. Or chicken broth. 1. And 2. Alright, stir that all up in there. Like I said, there's optional hot sauce addition at this point too. If you want it spicy, you can always add a little more Old Bay if you really like that Cajun flavor. Okay. And here we go, set it and forget it. So we're going to take this lid, it's going to slide on, it's going to sing a little song for us. Let it know it's locked. We're going to hit cancel. And we are going to lock the lid and select the white rice setting. So you'll notice on the top of this, again, I'm going to pick you up on the top of this, there's a little pressure thing. It should be down. That means it doesn't have any pressure built up on it yet. So we're going to go in and we're going to set it. Turn our dial again. All the way until it's on white rice. And then we are going to simply press start. It's going to take about 10 minutes at this point. So it's got to build up to pressure. Once it builds up, you'll see that little red bump, that little red plunger lift up. That means it's at pressure. When it's all done cooking, we're going to release that steam, and I will come back to show you what it looks like. So wish me luck. Like I said, this is the first time I've made it, so hopefully it tastes as good as it sounds. I'll see you all soon.